Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. The mid-season update for Black Ops Cold War has now come and gone. We're now over that halfway mark into the season, and since the start, a lot has ended up changing. We've seen some weapon tuning, we've seen some new content added in, all sorts of stuff like that. But as always, with the addition of a mid-season update, it is that time once again to break down what class setups are the best in the game and what class setups are going to dominate lobbies every single day of the week. So as we go through them all today, if you enjoy the video at any point, or if you find it helpful, a like rating would be much appreciated. And of course, if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't yet subscribed, I'm always covering the latest Call of Duty news, intel, setups, tips, you name it, it's all right here. So feel free to hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. Also, if you want to join my custom Discord server, that link is always down in the description below. If you're in that, you'll get notified whenever I go live with a new video or whenever I go live on stream. And you can chat with myself and other members of the community as well. Anyways, when it comes to Black Ops Cold War, obviously things are pretty different from Warzone where we're normally focused. By far, one of the biggest differences is here, the attachments actually do what they say they do for the most part. As we know, that is not the case for Cold War weapons over in Warzone whatsoever, but here you can actually have some really fun classes because of the attachment options we've got, and the ones today are some bangers in my own opinion. So first up, we've got the Stoner LMG and the Hauer shotgun. I won't lie, usually LMGs aren't the best weapons in Call of Duty multiplayer because naturally they are a lot slower than the SMGs or the assault rifles, which usually just completely dominate because of the faster time to kill. But the Stoner is pretty much like a hidden gem, alright? This thing hits like a truck. The power it packs is just insane. I mean, if you have your sights up and ready, you are gonna fry all day, every day because of just how strong this thing really is. Then the Hauer is really just a decent secondary. Honestly, you probably won't be using it a ton unless you get caught with like low ammo and you're in a close range fight. But it is great for what it's used for. It's a solid 1 to 2 shot kill that's going to keep you alive in those CQB fights where maybe the Stoner is not gonna be just as beneficial. So first up on the Stoner, I've got the Mill Stop Reflex. This is going to give me some cleaner sights. Personally, I'm not really a huge fan of the iron sights. Then I've got the Infantry Compensator to deal with some of that recoil. That's just going to help you stay on target some more. I've got the Task Force Barrel, which is somehow going to make the Stoner even stronger. This thing makes it almost unbeatable when you get that first shot off. Absolutely huge help there. Then I've got the Field Agent Grip for better control all around. And finally, I've got the SAS Combat Stock for better mobility when shooting and also when ADS'd. So that's just going to make this setup even more mobile. Then on the Hauer, I've got the Infantry V-Choke Muzzle, the Reinforced Heavy Barrel for better range and a faster fire rate, which can help out a lot if you get a hit marker or if you miss a shot. I've also got the 5 milliwatt laser on there for better accuracy, obviously a pretty important one there. I've got the 6-round tube for extra ammo, then finally the Marathon Stock for way better mobility all around. Now, as for the perks and equipment, this stays the same on every single one of my classes, so we're just going to go over it once here. But I rock the Stim Shot for my tactical, the Semtex for my lethal, and the Field Mic for my field upgrade. And for the perks, I do run perk greed to get 2 out of every single category. And here I've got Tac Mask and Flak Jacket in perk 1, Scavenger and Quartermaster in perk 2, then also Ghost and Ninja in perk 3. Then moving on into class number 2, this one is all about the AK-74u and the Gallow shotgun. The 74u is by far the best SMG in the game. It will absolutely delete people in close and medium range fights. It is a fantastic aggressive weapon and probably the second best weapon in the entire game in my opinion. And the Gallow, much like the Hauer, is just a nice backup to have in case you run into, I guess, a sticky situation up close. And it can be spammed too, so you kind of have that fear factor. If the enemies hear that doof 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 from a distance, they know they're probably in for a bad time. Now, on the AK-74u, I am running the Spetsnaz Compensator for better control once again, the Task Force Barrel for all the same reasons as before, the Spetsnaz Grip for better control all around, the 50-round Fast Mag for extra ammo and obviously a faster reload, and finally no stock for a better sprint to fire time. That's always super important whenever you are running and gunning. Then on the Gallow, I've got the Reinforced Heavy Barrel for a better range and fire rate, just like on the Hauer. I've got the 5 milliwatt laser once again, the 9-round tube for extra ammo, the Serpent Wrap, but you could always swap that out for the V-Choke Muzzle if you wanted to. Then finally, I've got the Marathon Stock on this one as well. Now, when it comes to class number 3, this one features the AK-47 and the Streetsweeper shotgun. This is probably the best setup in all of Cold War multiplayer. The AK-47 is just a monster. This is probably the #1 weapon in my mind. It has all the power in the world, same deal with the range, and it basically has no recoil whatsoever, so you can just beam enemies left, right, and center. This thing is very low risk, high reward. Now, the Streetsweeper is a great shotgun for close quarters fights. You can spam it a ton, and it's got great damage. Really, the only downside here is that it takes 3 centuries to reload, so you really got to make sure you hit your shots, or you got to make sure everyone else on the enemy team is trying to explain to their parents how they can't actually pause a multiplayer game, so that way you can actually reload in peace. But together, these two make a very, very strong, very dominant class. Like I said, I think it is the single best one in the game. So, for the AK-47, I've got the Spetsnaz compensator for all the same reasons as before. I've got the VDV reinforced barrel for better range and velocity. To me, this barrel just feels the most consistent out of all of them. I've got the Spetsnaz grip on here as well, the 50-round fast mag once more, then also the skeletal stock to give me some more mobility. Now, on the Streetsweeper, I've got the infantry V-choke muzzle once again, the reinforced heavy barrel for that better range and fire rate, the 5mm laser, the 18-round drum, that way I can just avoid reloading as much as possible and just reload less often. Then finally, I've got the marathon stock to round things out. Now, class number 4 is all about the Krig and the Diamatti, aka the Diamatti Spaghetti. Outside of the AK-47, I feel like the Krig is probably the next best option for the assault rifle category. This one has great mobility and control, decent range and decent velocity, so it's just a nice above average rifle with pretty good consistency. Really, you can't go wrong with it. And while we all know just how good the Diamattis were at one point over in Warzone prior to the nerf, they are still just as insane as they once were here in Cold War, since they really haven't been touched. So you can end up just deleting people up close, and they're not going to know what hit them because the Diamattis are going to fry like SpongeBob on a busy day at the Krusty Krab. So on the Krig, first up, I've got the Microflex LED. I just don't like the iron sights whatsoever on the Krig, so I gotta have that. I've got the takedown barrel for better range, the field agent grip once more, the 50-round fast mag, same deal as before, and then also lastly, the Raider stock for better mobility. Then on the Diamatti, I've got the infantry compensator, the task force barrel for that spicy efficiency buff, the 5mm laser for better accuracy, the 30-round speed mag, and then also the dual wield option because 2 is certainly better than 1 here. It's basically double the trouble when you have a Kimbo on there. Then to close things out today, we've got the AUG, and you can use pretty much any secondary that I've mentioned today with the AUG, and it's going to be a nice, easy tac rifle to use that's pretty much always a 1 to 2 burst kill. It's not wildly broken like it used to be, but it is still very consistent, and like I said, the ease of use here means you can pick it up and do well with it pretty much regardless of the situation. Very well balanced at this point, I'd say. And here I've got the 2x optic. I was messing around with the reticles, but that's just preference. I've got the task force barrel once more, the field agent grip for better control, the 45-round speed mag. Personally, I just don't think you need much more than that. And finally, the Raider pad stock as well. So yeah, there you have it. Those are effectively the best class setups for Cold War after the mid-season update, and that is going to wrap things up for today. If you enjoyed the video, or if you found it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it. And of course, if you're new here and you want to stay up to date with everything going on in COD, from news to intel to updates to setups and everything else in between, feel free to subscribe with your notifications turned on. That way you'll always know whenever I upload a new video. As always, if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, and Control Freak products. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want to join the custom community Discord server, the link to that and everything else is going to be down in the description below. But once again, thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.